Good evening. Good evening. As the president of the Alumni Association and member of the class of 2002, it is my great honor to welcome you to the 2022 Northern Kentucky University Alumni Awards Dinner and Celebration. I'm so glad to be able to finally welcome our alumni back home for this special event. If you're an alumnus from Northern Kentucky University, I'd like to ask you to, of course, please stand so we can recognize you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh. The mic went out. Okay, we're back. Thank you all. I'd also like to recognize a few particular alumni here tonight. Members of our Alumni Board of Directors and Alumni Association councils are also here. If you are a member of our Alumni Board of Directors or any of our alumni councils, please stand to also be recognized. Thank you, of course, for your service and for supporting our students and our university. I would like to also recognize and thank tonight's sponsors. Dispatch Media, owned by NKU alumnus Matt Baker, our partner for the videos recognizing tonight's winners. VP Parking, another NKU alumni-owned business, and owners of alumni, Jeff Nizes and Jared Frisk, for their support of tonight's valet parking. It was very nice because it's very cold outside. Petals on Park Avenue for their support of our beautiful centerpieces this evening. They are absolutely gorgeous. Vincent Lighting and Mac Productions for the amazing visual work they've done to transform our event space, of course, here tonight. Can't really tell that it's a campus rec. And finally, NKU's Campus Recreation Center for their contributions in hosting us here tonight, and of course, this beautiful facility. I would like to also thank our talented musical entertainment tonight. I don't know if you heard them, but they were amazing. Our reception and dinner music is provided by NKU student, Lexi Gabbard, who is graduating this May. Go Lexi. Congrats in advance. As well as NKU alumni Charlie Suits and Devin Moore. We will begin the awards presentation following dinner, so without further ado, enjoy your dinner and welcome back home. Good evening. I hope you enjoyed that fabulous dinner. And how about another round of applause for the amazing music? You guys did fabulous. Thank you so much. I am so pleased to be here tonight to recognize 6 outstanding members of our NKU community, alumni and staff, who remain actively committed to improving the overall student and alumni experience. I want to personally congratulate all of our honorees and thank you so much for your contributions. As we acknowledge this year's winners, let's also take a moment to, of course, recognize our past award winners that are actually in attendance tonight. I would like to invite any past Alumni Award winners to please stand and let us recognize you. Please give a warm round of applause to these individuals. Thank you. A few years ago, I had a chance to reconnect with NKU, in a volunteer role, of course. And ever since, I have been so inspired by the opportunities for alumni growth and professional development. More than that, though, I'm excited by the ability to leverage the talents of so many of our alumni to empower our youth and strengthen our community, as noted in the mission of the Alumni Association. We are key leaders and community partners in the pursuit of excellence for NKU. We contribute our professional skills and experiences to deliver NKU's mission, vision, and goals. We serve our alumni by seeking to understand their needs and developing initiatives that maximize their engagement. This mission is exemplified by the award recipients that we are, of course, here to recognize tonight, as well as by so many that are in this room. Our alumni continue to support the university through a number of volunteer efforts throughout the year. For example, serving as a panelist at recruitment events, meeting with parents and prospective students. I love this one. Being a guest speaker in the classroom, facilitating sessions during business week, representing your company and actively recruiting our students at career fairs, writing welcome notes to our new students, advising a student organization or working with our Greek chapters, advocating for NKU at Frankfurt, and serving on one of our boards and councils. Of course, I really like that one. I would like to, of course, personally recognize those of you who are in attendance tonight who have joined me in supporting NKU students throughout the new Norse Network. It's a mentoring program that we really established this year, helping students prepare for their careers and life after college. Thank you to Christy Rogers, Jasmine Vance, Flynn Ashley, Peg Adams, Nick Blevin, Serena Owen, Taylor Gagne, Alexandra Navarro Guzman, Matt Flintz, and Sarah Eastburn. Our students are able to learn so much from your rich experiences. I do want to quickly share, this week I was actually interviewed at the Cincinnati Chamber, and I had a question that was posed to me that if there was a 27-year-old girl who was struggling in the workplace, what would I recommend for her to do? Instantly, I said, your home is your university or college. Alumni associations are there to help you. Go back to that university, get coaching, mentoring. That's what we love to do. And that's why I love this initiative. So as they say, it takes a village. Our alumni always welcome through our students, and we appreciate all that you do to provide the next generation of NKU students with the best possible experiences and opportunities. So thank you all for being part of NKU and our Alumni Association. Together, we make an impact on our community, students, faculty, and staff, as well as one another. I think we can all agree that the last couple of years have presented some new challenges. But as ever, NKU and our amazing students have continued to work very hard in the classroom and the community. Here are a few highlights of what's been happening on and off campus.
I'm on top of the world, eh? I'm on top of the world, eh? Been waiting on this for a while now, paying my dues to the dirt. I've been waiting to smile, eh? Been holding it in for a while, eh? Take you with me if I can. Been dreaming of this since a child. I'm on top of the world. I've tried to cut these corners, tried to take the easy way out. I kept on falling short of something. I could have gave up then, but then again I couldn't have, 'cause I've traveled all this way for something. I take it in, but don't look down. 'Cause I'm on top of the world, eh? I'm on top of the world, eh? Been waiting on this for a while now, paying my dues to the dirt. I've been waiting to smile.
And now, please welcome NKU President Ashish Vaidya.
You know what it is. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. Yeah. You know what it is. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. Yeah. You know what it is. Everything I do it big. Yeah. Screaming that's not when I pulled off the lot. That's not here up in my town. When you see me, you know everything. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. I put it down from the west.
Good evening. That was a pretty amazing recap video, wasn't it? And that walk-up video wasn't too bad either, I think. I was telling folks, people have forgotten what a handsome president they've had since I've been behind the mask for 2 years now. So welcome to the 2022 Alumni Awards dinner and celebration. It is so good to see all of you in person here. It was about 2 years ago that we all gathered for the last Alumni Awards celebration, and who knew what would happen in the next couple of years. And we find ourselves back here again. Again, it has been so enjoyable meeting so many of you and seeing all of you in person, and we are so glad that you're here. I do want to take a moment, though, to acknowledge what we've all gone through over the last 2 years. It's been a challenging time is to put it extremely mildly. Not just our community, not the campus, the entire region, the world has suffered tremendously over the last 2 years as a result of the global pandemic. But I can say one thing, though, without a doubt, that I'm so incredibly proud of this campus community and this region, the faculty, the staff, and in particular the students who have chosen to be resilient in the face of probably one of the biggest challenges that they've ever encountered. And our faculty and staff, the great team that I have the privilege to work with, have kept their focus on students from day one, ever since we had to make the pivot back in March of 2020. We've kept our eye on the ball. We've made decisions I know not everybody would have agreed with, but the idea was to make sure that the health and safety and the well-being of the campus, the faculty and the staff, the students came first. And again, I want to thank so many of you, all of you, both alumni, community members, and others who have been with us through this terrible journey. We're keeping our fingers crossed that we've seen the worst of it. But again, I can say without a doubt that it makes me so proud to be a member of this community and this campus for what we've been able to achieve. So again, I want to thank you for that. As you saw a little bit from the video, while it's been a challenging time, NKU continues to build on its legacy of student success and regional stewardship. You know, I'm often asked, how do I describe NKU to potential students, to parents, even to visitors from around the region, from out of state? And this is what I tell them. I say, imagine a university in a growing metropolitan area, rich with startups, flourishing businesses, and vibrant arts and culture that offers excellent programs that prepares its students for successful careers. Imagine a university that has on its campus a 130-year-old law school and a 3-year-old medical school. Imagine a university that values hands-on experiences through the St. Elizabeth Healthcare Simulation Center, the Scripps Howard Center for Community Engagement, the Rockwell Automation and CBT Company Mechatronics Lab, or the Kroger Technology and Digital Innovation Lab. Imagine a university that offers its students the opportunity to work on campus, either at the Fidelity Investments or the Western and Southern Contact Centers, a model of education at work. Imagine a university that has a Starbucks, a Qdoba, Einstein Brothers Bagels, but is also mindful of food insecurity. So its food pantry, which is run by students for students, has a partnership with Kroger to provide free, fresh produce, refrigerated, frozen, and non-perishable food and hygiene products to all its students. Oh, we're not done yet. Imagine a university that is founded on the principle of students first, and where 82% of its graduates add to the economic, social, and cultural vitality of the very metropolitan area in which it is located. Now, we know I'm describing our very own Northern Kentucky University, but to most people, and even those from sometimes within the Commonwealth, that seems like a fictitious university, especially when I mention that NKU has one of the highest returns on investment in a state, and it being one of the most affordable as well. You know, the strength of the university is most apparent through its alumni, and given the attendees here, NKU continues to prove its might. But this is a night to celebrate you, the alumni, and the stories of alumni who continue to lead their way in their communities and in their careers and embody what it means to be a Norse. As I look into this audience, I'm reminded of how expansive the NKU community is. And I know Jennifer asked many of the alumni to stand up and be recognized. I'm going to ask for the following thing, just to show you the strength and the diversity of our alumni. Several members of the Board of Regents are with us tonight, and nearly all are NKU alums, or will be in the next couple of months. Board Chair Andre Ward, Rich Bainey, Aaliyah Cannon, who in a couple of months will be an alum, Corey Henderson, Ashley Himes, Carol Williams. Wait, Norm Damaris is not an alum, but his wife Lisa is an alum, and so are their daughters, Brianna and Catherine. So you know what? He's an honorary alum as well. We have members of NKU's first class with us, such as John Lucas, Barry Kinzel, and Michael Berry are here. And there are several SGA presidents in the audience, including Mike Franke, Will Weber, Jarrett Lopez, Hannah Edlin, Regents Carol Williams, and Aaliyah Cannon, and of course, two of tonight's honorees, Nathan Smith and John Jose. NKU has a deep network of more than 73,000 alums, and you are the pillars of our community. Can I have all the alums who are pre-K through 12th grade teachers or in the high school system, please stand up and be recognized. Would all the alums who work in healthcare please stand up and be recognized? And if we have any alums who are first responders, would you please stand up and be recognized? I just call those groups out because we know what they've had to go through these last couple of years in the middle of the pandemic. And as it's been challenging for all of us, they've done a tremendous job as well. Of course, each and every one of you here tonight makes an impact in the community, and we celebrate your work and accomplishments every day. I do have a special announcement I'd like to make at this point, which I know most of you probably haven't heard. Speaking of wonderful alums, I just found out very recently that two of our wonderful alums, music majors, are accomplished pianists in the city of New York, Anna and Dmitry Shelest. They are doing a tremendous job in New York and have been very successful. They came to this country from Ukraine as young adults, and they graduated from NKU and went on to have a successful career in New York. We got in touch with them recently because, of course, they have family and friends who are having a lot of trouble and issues in Ukraine at the same time. And we proposed the idea of whether they would return to their alma mater to have a benefit concert in support of Ukraine, and they readily agreed to do so. So please look out. Next month, in April, we will have right here on the Graves Concert Hall a benefit concert for Ukraine presented by our very own Anna and Dmitry Shelest. And we would love to see all of you in present at that time. But tonight, we're here to honor several of our outstanding alums, and you will hear about them in just a few minutes. Peg Adams, who is the director of University Connect and Persist, UCAP as we call it, has made significant contributions to the development and implementation of student success initiatives throughout her 35-plus-year career at NKU. In fact, I'm sure many of you tonight have fond memories of Peg as well. Exactly. She has been recognized with almost every staff award we have, from Outstanding Staff Member to the Commitment to Excellence Award, and many, many more. But what you might not know is that she has won awards for Best Chili in the Staff Chili Cook-Off for 17 years running. And she won the inaugural Outstanding TikTok dance sequence during new student orientation. Their talents are absolutely amazing, Peg. We have John Jose, who has always been known for his grit and determination. In fact, some of you might not know, he lost his first SGA presidential campaign in 2013 and resolved to make a comeback. And a year later, in 2014, he was elected SGA president. His friends say that could not have been possible without the classic John Jose determination. It's that mentality and focus that has served him well, as he has become a major player in national politics as the national director of Asian Pacific American Engagement for the Republican National Committee. His goal is to double the Asian American Republican voters from 6 to 12. I'm just kidding. Mac Riley is an exemplary public servant and possesses a brilliant legal mind. He has served his country admirably, whether it's during his time as counsel for the Department of Air Force or as Deputy Assistant Secretary for the Army. And there is no greater supporter for the Commonwealth of Kentucky in D.C. Mac currently serves as president of Barr Associates, a boutique provider of intelligence services. It comes as no surprise that his business is booming in Washington, D.C. And Tracy Schwegman, who has a major hand in several real estate projects in and around northern Kentucky, places such as the banks that would not be where they are without her input. She continues to trailblaze as the first woman ever elected to serve Sycamore Township as a trustee. But you know, she drives Bill Butler crazy, because every time the banks adds a project, he does the same on this side of the river. And then we have Nathan Smith, who has facilitated the construction of an impressive portfolio of housing across so many states. He honed his skills of business and communication right here at NKU, and today you can often catch him courtside cheering on the Norse basketball team. The real estate investment trust that he co-founded owns and operates manufactured housing communities in Kentucky, Ohio, Indiana, Tennessee, Missouri, Arkansas, and Illinois, Ironically, Nathan spends most of his free time in Florida, the Bahamas, and Monte Carlo. And finally, Jackie Hausler, whose business acumen is among the best in the region. The business she helped start, Opus Capital Management, is one of the most respected investment advisory firms in the region. Jackie explained to me earlier this evening that there are 3 different types of investors: those who don't know anything, those who know little, and those who don't realize they don't know anything. And she makes money advising each type of them. Seriously though, through these 6 extraordinary alumni who continue to leave an indelible mark on their communities, we are so proud of everything that you've accomplished and how much you support your alma mater. Whether it's in field of finance, real estate, whatever it is, your contributions are both remarkable and inspiring, and we thank you. It is now time to get to the business at hand. Let me welcome back Jennifer Scheffel, President of the Alumni Association, as well as Christy Rogers, Vice President of the Alumni Association, to officially recognize our award winners. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm proud to join Jennifer and Ashish in the presentation of tonight's awards to these 6 outstanding alumni. To begin, please welcome Devon Allen to the stage to introduce our first honoree, the 2022 Faculty Staff Strongest Influence Award. Devon is a junior in the Hale College of Business with majors in marketing and entrepreneurship. Devon?
I am truly honored to be given the opportunity to introduce Peg Adams, the winner of the Faculty Staff Strongest Influence Award. Peg Adams is in every sense of the word extraordinary, and there is no better candidate. Peg graduated from NKU in 1986 with a degree in English and psychology, and then went through an accelerated program to earn her master's in education. She began working at NKU in 1987 in student support services, and in 1989 she began teaching in University 101. A college introductory course that she still teaches today. Peg's career continued to evolve, and she became the director of first-year programs, developing learning communities, the Common Book Experience, and overseeing the UNV 101 program. Because of Peg's commitment to student success, she was approached by university leadership to lead a new opportunity to help students be successful. And in 2009, she became the director of UCAP, otherwise known as University Connect and Persist, a program that would go on to change many lives, mine included. I would like to tell everyone a little bit about how Peg and I met and how she and the UCAP program changed my life. Anyone who knows me knows I am an overachiever, who wants to show the world what I am capable of doing. However, just before my sophomore year, there was a car accident that resulted in my brother going to jail and my best friend, who was like a brother to me, passing away. That, along with an avalanche of family and financial problems, put me in a rough place. I lost all my drive and started having issues going to classes, even though I lived on campus. I really had to deal with it all on my own, and it was around rock bottom that someone suggested that I visit UCAP. Even though I've never been one to talk to anyone about my problems, I decided to do it. When I first met with Peg, there was just something about her presence that caused me to open up. I talked for at least 40 minutes straight. I walked into her office, truthfully not even knowing what I was doing there, lost, abandoned, and quite literally at rock bottom. By the time I had walked out, she managed to release all that had burdened me. She worked with me to help solve my financial issues, set up appointments with me for future dates just to talk, and even went as far as to email my teachers and other faculty when needed. She took the load off my shoulders and placed it on her own. Over the last 3 years, I have continued to go to talk to Peg. She has become my best friend and is quite literally the only person I can talk to and feel comfortable opening up with. When I had no one, she was there for me, and something she doesn't know is this changed my life. She is the reason I stayed in college and was able to find myself again. She's the reason I had the drive to pick up a second major, do accelerated courses, and even at one point was my foundation, my support, and only motivator. The effect that Peg has had on my life is immeasurable. Every role she has had at NKU involves helping students in one way or another. She once told me, "I want the students to realize the kind of positive impact you all have on me. Every day a student walks into my office is truly a gift." Peg, you mean the world to me and are so deserving of this award. Please join me in watching this video starring my hero, Peg Adams.
I grew up in this area, Park Hills, Kentucky. I graduated from Notre Dame Academy and came straight to NKU way back in 1981. Many great stories about NKU in our family. One interesting note is that my dad was with the Northern Kentucky Chamber of Commerce and was here at the groundbreaking. We've been associated with this place for a long time. I had no idea 40 years ago when I took my first classes that I would still be here, that this would be a career for me. Not only did I learn so much through my courses, but then my faculty and mentors and the classmates that I had, they've all had such an impact on my life. A lot of the great memories have to do with when I was, working in the Writing Center and the camaraderie with the other tutors, and we really supported each other. And then also the faculty who were in the Writing Center and in the Learning Assistance Program at that time were always so supportive and helpful. My experience working with students at NKU is so rewarding and meaningful. Every day I have an opportunity to meet with the most amazing students ever. I've worked with students from years ago who end up sending me an email about what they're doing in their lives or something that I did or said that impacted them. And those moments I cherish. The advice that I would give a first-year student would be to be open to all the things you're going to learn about yourself and about NKU and the people you're going to meet, and to enjoy this experience that NKU has to offer, and that people care here, and we really want to help you be successful and guide you along your journey, and so to be open to those opportunities. Receiving this award means everything. I am very humbled. I was surprised and shocked when I received the news. All of a sudden, my mind flooded to Fran Zaniello, who I had learned so much from. I just kept thinking about the fact that someone may think just a little bit about me the way that I think and feel about Fran. And so that really struck me, and I still can't believe that I'm receiving this award. It means so much. So when I think of NKU, I think of home. I've been here since I was 18 years old, and so I've grown up here, and I can't think of a better way to spend my life and my career than here at NKU.
Please join me in welcoming Peg Adams to the stage to accept her award.
Congratulations, Peg. To present tonight's Outstanding Young Alumnus Award, please welcome Aaliyah Cannon. Aaliyah is a senior who will graduate from the College of Health and Human Services in May, majoring in social work with minors in social justice and human addiction. Aaliyah is also the current Student Government Association president and serves as the student representative on NKU's Board of Regents. Aaliyah?
Good evening. It is my pleasure to introduce John Jose, the winner of the Outstanding Young Alumnus Award. John graduated in 2015, majoring in organizational leadership with a minor in political science. He had a drive for politics and service even then, and was a member of the Student Government Association throughout his time at NKU, serving as the first Asian American SGA president and student regent his senior year, a role I am honored to hold today. John was also very engaged with his fraternity, Alpha Tau Omega. John's passion for community service is wide-ranging, with a global perspective. After spending his early years in the Philippines, where he was born, he and his family moved to Louisville, Kentucky in the early 2000s. After graduating from NKU, he spent 3 years teaching English in Spain. John actually speaks 3 languages, including Spanish and Tagalog. He got involved with local county and state political campaigns and currently serves as the National Director of Asian Pacific American Engagement for the Republic National Committee. In his free time, he enjoys hiking, bike riding, cooking, and exploring the local DC scene, museums, and restaurants. Please join me in watching this video to get to know John Jose's NKU Outstanding Young Alumnus Awardee.
I grew up in Manila, Philippines, and I moved to Louisville, Kentucky when I was 13 years old. I grew up in a big city. I grew up where noise was rampant and loud, and then completely being culture shocked after moving to Kentucky. And the only time I ever saw Kentucky was from the side of a chicken bucket. So it was a whole complete different experience. I chose to attend NKU, well, because of 3 different reasons. A, it was not too far from home, but not too close. B, it had perfect student to faculty ratio that I know that I was gonna be good with. And the third one was the proximity of it being the Cincinnati, in a bigger city. Knowing I could gain tons of opportunities from being close to that was the main reason why I went. The experiences that I've gained from going to NKU has impacted my life professionally and personally in all aspects. It's taken me from all parts of Kentucky to all parts of the United States to even different parts of the world. So I'm very, very grateful that my degree that I've earned from NKU has taken me through different levels in life that I'm very excited to be a part of. Some of my favorite NKU memories would have to be one, winning the student body presidency. That was incredible. The amount of support from my friends and the people who supported me, supported our movement, was incredible. The other memories that I had was from being the floor MC of the basketball games, from my internships in the state senate, and even some of the tough times while I was in NKU, because all of that molded me and molded my whole college experience. So those are my favorite memories. One advice that I would like to give to an incoming NKU student is think of NKU as one big candy store, and you've only got one chance to go through it and grab as many things as you can as possible. And so I encourage them to go in there and grab as big pile of candy as they can, all of these experiences, and come out there happy like a child. Because what you gain out of NKU is something that's gonna make you happy for the rest of your life. What it means to me to receive this Young Outstanding Alumnus Award is very honoring and very humbling. All I've wanted to do throughout my time at NKU was to give back to the university and to honor my family in any way I can and gain my education. So this was very humbling.
Now, please join me in welcoming the recipient of the 2022 Outstanding Young Alumnus Award, John Jose.
To present tonight's first Distinguished Service Award, please welcome John Gaffin. John has a number of connections to NKU. He earned his undergraduate degree from NKU in 2007 and is currently working on his law degree at Chase College of Law. In addition to his studies, he has been a member of NKU's University Police since 2007 and currently serves as Chief of Police. John?
Good evening. I was kind of hoping for the President Video walk-up music, but that was a very nice introduction. It's my honor tonight to introduce the recipient of the 2022 Distinguished Service Award. This award recognizes an alum who contributes time, talent, and effort to make NKU and his or her community a better place. It's hard to think of a more deserving person than tonight's recipient, Mr. Mac Riley. Growing up in Carter County, Kentucky, Mr. Riley was inspired by his grandfather's drive to serve. Whether the problem was big or small, Heman McGuire was ready to help his community. And he was helping the day that he and Mac drove to Chase in a borrowed pickup truck loaded down with Mac's belongings. Mac would finish second in his class at Chase with all the accolades that accompany such a feat. That was a springboard to a career and life of success. It changed my life, Mac told me. Early on, Mac practiced with a prominent Washington, D.C. law firm. He was then appointed by President George H.W. Bush as special counsel at the Department of the Air Force, and then Deputy Assistant Secretary of the Army. Mr. Riley was, of course, outstanding in these roles, earning the Commander's Public Service and Meritorious Civilian Service medals. Meanwhile, Mr. Riley was cutting his teeth as an entrepreneur by growing United Building Services, where he is today CEO. The skills he acquired there allow Mr. Riley to continue to serve our country as president of Barr Associates, where he oversees the provision of signal intelligence service to the U.S. intelligence community. I asked him to tell me more about that, but he said he'd have to kill me. Mac's service is both broad and deep, including active participation on a number of boards of directors. With the USA Bobsled Skeleton Federation, he focuses on equal opportunity for women and anti-doping efforts. He even helped recent gold medalist Kaylee Humphreys obtain U.S. citizenship in time for the 2022 Olympics. At the nonpartisan Henry Clay Center, Mac's aim is on encouraging high school and college governance groups to encourage compromise and improve the tone of the nation's political discourse. And with the Virginia Federation for Independent Colleges, Mr. Riley's focus is advancing the values, strengths, and programs of 16 member colleges and universities. Here at NKU, Mac serves on the Chase College of Law Board of Visitors and NKU Foundation Board of Directors. His generosity has benefited Chase through the Heman McGuire Endowed Scholarship for students from Eastern Kentucky and the Steve Stevens Faculty Room. Mr. Riley is also a devoted supporter of the arts, including capital campaign and project assistance at Wolf Trap, the nation's only national park dedicated to performing arts, and Signature Theater, a Tony Award-winning regional theater company. When we spoke recently, Mac's commitment to service was clear. He views every role and every interaction as an equally important opportunity to make positive change. The world changes, he said, if you can impact just one person, who can impact someone else, who can impact someone else, and so on. Because of his approach, it's little surprise that Mr. Riley is receiving tonight's award. Please join me in watching a short video about Mr. Mac Riley.
I was born in Carter County, Kentucky, near Carter Caves, where I still have a place and our family goes back to as often as possible, and was about to graduate from undergraduate. It was at Loyola College in Maryland. I focused in on Kentucky as my objective, and I was fortunate enough, I was accepted to the 2 Kentucky law schools that I applied to, and I made the decision to go to Chase. The law school itself taught me how to think in a way that I definitely would not be able to otherwise. Taking difficult, complex situations and synthesizing them down to their elements, organizing thought and action in a way that played out in my legal career, in my business career, and also just in my personal life, in my everyday actions and activities. We had in our class a bunch of characters, and they're still characters, and we had as professors a bunch of characters, and they're still characters. And the interaction amongst these characters was something that's really just hard to describe. We had humor, we had very poignant moments, we had some personal sharing moments, we had tremendous learning moments that all came together in a chemistry that you just don't find many places. And it was really extraordinary. And I think if you ask my classmates, they'll tell you the same. And if you ask the professors, they'll tell you the same. The first word that comes to my mind when I think about NKU Law School is opportunity. It really is about opportunities in life through the educational process. The advice I give to a first-year law student, I guess, stems from why I'm here, why I'm speaking. It's about service. Fundamentally, what you want to focus on is putting together the skill sets, the toolkit that's going to permit you to serve, whether it's in private practice, public practice. I think if you can orient yourself around the notion of serving, it will bode well for you. Very thankful for the opportunity that the college gave me, gave my cohorts, changed the trajectory of my life. It changed the trajectory of everyone who attended. Now, that's not unusual when you go to a college. It's going to change your life. But it certainly did it in ways that I never imagined, and ultimately gave me opportunities that I could only dream about. And I'm very thankful for that.
Now join me in welcoming Mr. Mac Riley, 2022 Distinguished Service Award winner.
To present tonight's second Distinguished Service Award, please welcome Shelby Lilly. Shelby is a senior graduating this May from NKU's College of Informatics, majoring in computer information technology with a focus in cybersecurity. Shelby?
Good evening. Tonight, I have the honor of introducing Tracy Schwegman, recipient of the 2022 Distinguished Service Award. This award recognizes the contributions of her time, talent, and effort to enhance the quality of life at NKU and to make her community a better place to live. Mrs. Schwegman graduated from NKU in 1995 with a bachelor's degree in journalism from what is now called the College of Informatics. Throughout her career, she has worked to grow the places we live, work, and play in our community. She has overseen the successful opening of development projects, including Crestview Hills Town Center and the various Rookwood properties, and oversees the bank's development in downtown Cincinnati. In addition to her professional achievements, Tracy has also continued to play a large part in the NKU community through her service to the university. She is a current member of the NKU Foundation Board of Directors and former president of the NKU Alumni Board of Directors. Outside of NKU, she serves on a variety of boards and committees in her community and recently was elected to serve a 4-year term as a Sycamore Township trustee in the Kenwood area of Cincinnati. In her spare time, she enjoys traveling, spending time with her family, cheering on the Norse during basketball season, and getting out on the golf course as much as possible. And now, please join me in watching this short video about Tracy Schwegman.
So I was born and raised in the Cincinnati suburbs, in a community called Montgomery. I was a lifer at Sycamore schools there, K through 12, and then joined NKU and graduated from Northern Kentucky University in 1995. I was a non-traditional student at Northern Kentucky University in the sense that I went to school there in the evenings. I worked full-time during the day, and I got in my car and I drove to Northern Kentucky and went to school at NKU in the evenings. So it fit my lifestyle and what was going on in my life at the time. It enabled me to get that college degree. My undergraduate degree is in journalism from Northern Kentucky University, which those writing skills have served me well throughout my career. As a student, my memories were a blur because I was just getting up and putting one foot in front of the other every day between work and school. I think a lot of great memories have come actually from my service to NKU in my adult career, my professional career. Working with the students and the alumni and the staff as part of the Alumni Board was incredibly rewarding. And then carrying that forward, working with the foundation. They've been incredibly rewarding experiences and couldn't be more pleased and grateful to have had those opportunities. As a journalism undergrad, you don't get through NKU without going through Dr. Proctor. I think most journalism students would tell you that. He is a memorable character, a fantastic teacher, and I think beloved by most students that went through the journalism and communications classes there. The best advice I could give a student at NKU would be to take advantage of as much as you possibly can in what the university has to offer. I think there's such a breadth of opportunities to explore different disciplines. Being able to get out and into a workforce and being able to apply those skills and lessons that you're learning in class into a real-world experience is incredibly invaluable and makes you more prepared when you enter the workforce. Honestly, it was incredibly surprising and rewarding when Dr. Padilla called me and told me that I was going to be this year's recipient of the Distinguished Service Award. I was honored, I was humbled, and frankly, very, very surprised. It is an honor to be recognized for serving the university, which has been truly nothing but a pleasure for me to do over the last 12 to 14 years.
Now, please join me in welcoming Tracy Schwegman to the stage, your 2022 Distinguished Service Award recipient.
To present this evening's first Outstanding Alumnus Award, please welcome Patrick Ryder, a senior from the Hale College of Business. Patrick will graduate in December 2022 with a degree in sports business and event management. Patrick?
Thank you. Tonight I have the great honor of introducing Mr. Nathan Smith, the winner of the Outstanding Alumnus Award. Nathan came to NKU from Eastern Kentucky in 1989 when the college was beginning to expand their reach. He graduated with a bachelor's degree in political science in 1994 and went on with a few fraternity brothers to start his company, SSK Communities, now known as Flagship Communities REIT on the Toronto Stock Exchange, the largest manufactured housing company in the state, where he serves as the chief investment officer. I first met Nathan a year ago when he came into a chapter meeting for Pi Kappa Alpha to share with us his tips on how to be successful starting a company out of college and managing a work-life balance. I had the opportunity to reconnect with him again at his home when he so graciously hosted a fraternity event for over 70 young men on such a few days' notice, and have been fortunate enough to stay connected ever since. Nathan is someone that every member of Pi Kappa Alpha looks up to as a leader, from his success in his field to the skills and tips he has provided with us all over the years. While in college, Nathan was very involved. He served as a student, he served as the president of the Pi Kappa Alpha fraternity, was a member of the Student Government Association as the president, and served on the Board of Regents. He was also the president of the Interfraternal Council. That's a lot of councils. He has continued to stay involved at NKU over the years as an avid supporter of athletics and was an instrumental figure in taking NKU into NCAA Division I. He has served as the chairman of the Board of Regents, president of the Alumni Association, and is now currently serving on the NKU Foundation Board. Outside of NKU, he has also been a member of the Greater Cincinnati Northern Kentucky International Airport Board, the Board of Directors of the Safe Harbor Marina Corporation, and served as the president of the Kentucky Manufactured Housing Institute. Nathan currently resides in Fort Mitchell, Kentucky with his wife, Mary Lee, and their 4 children. And while he's not busy working, you can either find him at NKU games or sailing on his boat, Another Chance, sorry, it's a yacht, that his wife would never let him drive. Please join me in watching this video to learn a bit more about Mr. Nathan Smith.
I grew up in Eastern Kentucky in a little town called Bimble, Kentucky. And my parents were folks that had a great appreciation for education, but both of them were not well educated. And so when it got ready to go to college, one of the things that they were looking for was they were helpful in saying that, you need maybe to go away to college and find what's right for you. I think one of the things that makes Northern so special is that its ability to take on young men and women who might have been in a situation where they are first generation college students and they take and they mentor these students. They just don't put them out and give them an education. They take them through the whole process of an education. When I was in college, I started working in the archives, and I met a gentleman by the Dr. Jim Claypool who had been there at the beginning of the institution. He was a great mentor for me because he taught me how to deal with donors, but he was teaching me how to cultivate that relationship, and I use that today in my own business. I continue to cultivate relationships with people all these years. And the other thing that happened there in the archives, I got to meet a woman by the name of Mary Ellen Ellsburn, and she was the head of the library at the time. And she took great pride in trying to help me. When I was homesick, she would talk about it because she was from a small town in Tennessee. So those are the kind of things that that the professors and the staff and the administration see their job as being more cultivating of a complete culture and moving these students to the next level. Well, some of the greatest things about being an undergrad at NKU is that you are able to get involved very early. I was involved in student government through most of my years there, became a student president as a senior. But the fraternity, I met my business partner the first day of college. We're still business partners. Kurt Keeney's been a great part of my life. And as we always say at a fraternity house, if you can convince 70 guys on what kind of beer you're buying, what color the t-shirt's gonna be, and what time the party starts, you can run a corporation. Well, when NKU made the national tournament, I was probably the most excited person that could be. And interesting enough, I was at a board meeting in Dallas, and I told him, I said, listen, we can have dinner, but we are turning this game on. And it was on 6 TVs. And so many of those gentlemen were like, and ladies were like, I guess we're gonna watch this all through dinner. I said, we are gonna do this or I leave. But there was great pride in that for all of us that, that NKU had finally arrived. I would tell first-year students to get involved and immerse yourself in the 4-year experience of a college education, because those are things that you'll never get back, and those are life skills that you will use for the rest of your life. I don't really consider myself being an outstanding alum of NKU. I see this as something super special for me, and as I always say, I will never be able to give to NKU what it gave to me.
And now it is my pleasure to introduce the recipient of the Northern Kentucky University Outstanding Alumnus Award, Mr. Nathan Smith.
where I was giving my speech for all the things that I was wronged here at the university.
All right, difficult to follow that. To present this evening's final Outstanding Alumnus Award, please welcome Jasmine Shaw. Jasmine is a third-year law student at NKU's Salmon P. Chase College of Law and a 2019 alumna of the NKU Hale College of Business. Jasmine?
This evening, I have the privilege of introducing the 2022 recipient of the Outstanding Alumnus Award, Jackie Hausler. Jackie received her Juris Doctor degree from Salmon P. Chase College of Law in 1988, and received her bachelor's degree in accounting from the University of Cincinnati in 1979. She has over 15 years experience serving on public company boards. Jackie is a senior financial executive and board director with extensive professional experience and significant executive leadership accomplishments. She has profound experience leading groups and organizations, as well as cultivating relationships and building consensus among diverse individuals. With over 39 years of experience in public accounting, investment banking, and venture capital and asset management, Ms. Hausler embodies the meaning of an outstanding alumnus. Ms. Hausler is currently the chairman of Opus Capital Management. She served as the co-founder, chairman, and CEO of Opus Capital from 1996 to 2019, growing the firm's assets to over $2 billion. Prior to co-founding Opus Capital, Ms. Hausler held senior financial positions with Cincinnati Bell, doing mergers and acquisitions, Blue Chip Venture Company, doing venture capital work, Glasser Capital, doing investment banking, and Ernst & Young, doing public accounting. Jackie has been recognized as one of 2021's most influential Black corporate directors by Savoy Magazine in November of 2021. She received the Doctor of Laws honorary degree from NKU's Chase College of Law and has been named one of the largest tri-state women-owned businesses by the Cincinnati Business Courier for multiple years, to name a few of her many awards and recognitions. Henry David Thoreau once said that success usually comes to those who are too busy to be looking for it. Ms. Hausler has had a full career and continues to achieve more. She is passionate about the work that she does, and she carries out her duties well. That is why this award is so fitting. Please join me in watching a video about Jackie, your 2022 Outstanding Alumnus.
I was originally from Shaker Heights, and I attended Shaker Heights High School, very involved in school activities, leadership positions, president of French Club, gymnastics, a cappella choir, etc. So it was a great foundation. I chose to attend Chase Law School because of its rich history and its reputation in our region. And in addition to that, it afforded me the opportunity to continue working as a professional while enhancing and extending my educational experience. It was invaluable. The first word that comes to mind when I think about Chase Law School, transformational, life-changing, and I'll cheat a little bit, the best educational experience of my life. Nancy Burak and Jean Krause were extremely instrumental in my success at Chase. Coming from an accounting background, it was quite a transformation and a paradigm shift for me, shifting from a sort of finite discipline to something, a Socratic method of teaching. And without them and without their counseling and mentoring, it just made my journey at Chase so much more enjoyable and manageable. The most important full circle moment for me was the opportunity to serve as Chase Law School's commencement speaker in May of 2017. I was able to encapsulate my life experiences in 3 stories. And I'll tell you, it was very emotional for me. I received a lot of emails and cards from audience members saying how moving and how touching, how memorable my comments were. So for me, that was a full circle moment, and it meant the world to me. I would offer to a new student, a new law school student, be open to the universe of opportunities. So leverage your strengths, be open to those opportunities, and also where your passion lies. To receive this award means the world to me. I am so excited and deeply honored to receive this recognition. For me, it represents the culmination of over 40 years of educational and career experience. My time at Chase Law School really enhanced my skill set and the ability and the confidence to go out and be entrepreneurial.
And now, please join me in welcoming Northern Kentucky University's Outstanding Alumnus Award recipient, Jackie Hausler.
Well, what an amazing night it has been. I'm grateful to have shared the stage with our honorees this evening. Let's give them all one more round of applause. I think I speak for all of us when I say how special it has been to be able to gather again in person to celebrate these deserving award winners and the contribution of all NKU's alumni. We are excited to start offering more in-person engagement opportunities, so keep an eye out for information as it becomes available. Even though this year's Alumni Awards celebration was postponed to be held after the Norse basketball season, we still want to give everyone an opportunity to cheer on Norse basketball. So each attendee here tonight will receive a voucher for a free men's basketball ticket for the 2022-23 season. Game information and details on redeeming your voucher will be announced in fall 2022. We're also starting to plan for the first ever 50-year class reunion to be held in 2023. So stay tuned for more details on this exciting milestone event. This concludes the award program portion of the evening. Please join me for coffee or nightcap in the reception area of the floor. Please also be sure to stop by the table in the lobby at the main entrance to pick up your special gift as you leave tonight. Thank you so much for coming, and good night.